Welcome back to 1% Theater, peasants. Daniel, which classic from our private collection are we privileging this rabble to view?
This evening's selection is a clip from the brilliant 2009 documentary, Miami, Your Amy.
Pearls before swine.
Indeed.
Nobody respects history anymore.
We'll be delving into a segment entitled, What a Ponce.
Hello again, I'm Rico Tonto. This is, of course, What a Ponce, our educational segment on the historical figure Juan Ponce de Leon, roughly translated, John Pounce Like a Lion, who, for simplicity's sake, we'll just call Johnny Ponce. In our first 2 episodes, we learned about his birth in Spain, the brutally traumatizing childhood incident that would haunt him for the rest of his life, his tenure as King Ferdinand's hairstylist, the transition to sailor and conquistador, his voyage with Columbus, his frequent bouts of syphilis-fueled hallucinations, and his governorship of Puerto Rico. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. By 1512, Johnny Ponce was bored of governance and itching for some action. Also, not coincidentally, he was itching for some ointment. Rumors of a natural spring with curative properties had reached the remaining conquistadors in the Caribbean, and they were unsurprisingly met with wild exuberance. The conquistadors had gone from fornicating with prostitutes in Europe to fornicating with one another on boats to fornicating with less than enthusiastic natives on Hispaniola and subsequent islands. As a result, they were playing host to a veritable smorgasbord of diseases and sexually transmitted infections. When Johnny Ponce announced that Ferdinand had given him permission to go looking for the magic spring, hundreds of syphilitic sailors were burning to join him. It was not an easy journey, but the 3 ships Johnny Ponce had taken eventually found solid land. Upon disembarking, Johnny's sinuses immediately went crazy from all the pollen in the air, causing virulent sneezing fits. It was an ominous start to their quest. He cursed the land, naming it Florida, as a warning to allergic sailors to come. After months of travel, Johnny Ponce and his men encountered a tribe of Native Americans living near a bay. The natives were friendly at first, but refused to give up any information on the location of the magic spring, claiming never to have heard of it. Johnny Ponce knew the natives were withholding the location on purpose and set about wooing them with various gifts, including smallpox and Catholicism. When the natives proved to be ingrates, he changed tactics and began conducting armed assaults. Constant fighting eventually led to the capture of 8 natives, whom Johnny Ponce and his men gleefully tortured. Finally, one of the natives described some very rough directions to what he called the Miracle Fountain, which has since incorrectly been labeled the Fountain of Youth. The location was in modern-day Miami-Dade County. Miami is a Calusa word meaning land of the giants, but it might as well have meant joke's on you, Spaniard. The tortured native knew the Miracle Fountain was protected by a transplanted Mesoamerican race that had settled in Miami and became known as the Giganti. Originally natives of Colombia, the Giganti had split off from the Muisca peoples of the Andes before migrating to Florida, bringing little with them other than a rudimentary agrarian society and the recipe for a galto, a chewable mash of roots and cocoa leaves that the Gigantes believed contained divine properties. Anthropologists hypothesize that the sacred use of a galto paired with the consumption of water from the Miracle Fountain allowed the Giganti to achieve their towering heights. Though experts argue over the exact sizes, most agree that the average Giganti man stood between 18 to 20 feet tall, though there are some who claim these estimates are conservative. Johnny Ponce and his crew spent roughly 36 hours in Miami. That was all the time it took for the Giganti to fight them off, leaving Johnny mortally wounded. He was taken back to Puerto Rico and buried in an unmarked grave, where he died several hours later. His son, Donnie Ponce, assumed his place, which nobody seemed to notice, and resumed his father's efforts to find the Miracle Fountain. He too was unsuccessful and passed into history in 1529.
Johnny Ponce, discovering a city that was already inhabited.
Truly a luminary figure.
Shall we begin the next segment?
We've already given them gold. They can wait for the next episode.
Quite so. But what shall they do in the meantime?
Visit the Indiegogo campaign for Sunny City Shady people and contribute some of their billions.
But they don't have billions, they're plebes.
How ghastly. I'd contribute myself if I wasn't under SEC investigation.
Indeed. If the rest of you would be so kind, please contribute and help those lads keep us laughing with Sunny City Shady people.
Wait, where are those lads?
Now you're breaking character.